Have you seen those videos on YouTube and Instagram about those really successful people who get up at 5 a.m. every single day? Winners o'clock, they call it. You know, they get more done in the hours of 5 a.m. till 9 a.m. than most people do in the hours of 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. So what I wanted to do was see if this works. I was going to get up every day at 5 a.m. for 30 days, including weekends, to see what happens. So today is the first day of getting up at 5 a.m. every day for 30 days. I say currently is 5:08. So yeah, I feel pretty tired. Sleep is really important for everything that we do. You know, it helps our body recover from our day-to-day life, and then also for your mental state-wise, sleep is the best thing. Have you ever been that tired where you're not really thinking straight? Exactly. My normal sleep routine is go to bed at 11, like actually sleep at 11, not getting to bed, and then watch Friends for an hour, actually sleeping at 11, and then getting up at 7:30. So averaging around about 8 hours sleep a night. So what I really needed to do was make sure I was getting 8 hours sleep a night. So if I was getting up at 5 a.m, I needed to make sure I was going to sleep at 9 p.m. Which, have you ever tried to go to sleep earlier than you wanted to? It's absolutely impossible. It's 9 o'clock outside. Why is it still so bright? So for the first few weeks or so, I was going to sleep around about 10:30, 11ish latest. And I was only getting around about 6 hours sleep a night. I don't know about you, but when I need to get up for something early on, I never seem to have a really good night's sleep. That first week or so, I just kept waking up at 2 a.m, 3 a.m, 4 a.m, just because I didn't want to sleep in, or else this challenge would be void if I didn't do it. So I was really conscious about getting up early, and so I never really got a good night's sleep because I was worried about sleeping in. But what these challenges are about implementing habits to improve my lifestyle for the better. But sleep does come first. I love sleep. Right, so let me ask you this then. What do you do between the hours of 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. on a night? That 3 hours, I bet you do what I do. Sit and watch Netflix. Watch 2 hours of something new TV series, and then I will watch probably an hour of Friends whilst I'm on my phone scrolling away. Does that sound familiar to you? So what I didn't want to do was move those 3 hours on a night to first thing on a morning and get up and be really unproductive first thing. Just sit watching Netflix, playing PlayStation, anything like that. It's just not going to work, and there'd be no point in me doing this challenge whatsoever. So this was my proposed plan for each morning. So 5 a.m. till 6 a.m, I would wake up, eat breakfast, catch up on the news, check my emails, and probably watch 1 or 2 videos. Between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m, I would exercise or do something, if that would be a walk, a run, a home workout, or even yoga. Between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m, I would read for a little bit and then also plan my day out. So between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m, I would make sure my day was planned and started already, ready to hit the day running. So we've been talking about the good stuff loads, and I want to be completely honest with you. I don't want to be a preacher talking about just all the good stuff and how you need to do this straight away, and actually have a full picture of what happens when you do get up at 5 a.m. for 30 days. So I was quite lucky at doing this challenge when I did, because we were in a worldwide pandemic, and so everyone was at home. And I kept thinking to myself, life isn't getting in the way because everyone's life has stopped. Whereas if you're getting up at 5 a.m. every single day, and you want to make sure you get enough sleep, which is the most important thing, is you're gonna have to sacrifice things. And sacrificing social life may be part of it, which isn't good. Actually, it's really unhealthy to sacrifice your social life. The things I would normally do, I couldn't do because of being stuck at home. So going out and being socialising wise, I couldn't do regardless if I was getting up at 5 a.m. or 10 a.m. And I think that if I wanted to do those things, then I would have to sacrifice them to get up at 5 a.m. every single day. If you're single, then this is a very easy thing to do, I think, get up at 5 a.m. because you don't have to worry about anyone else but yourself. You just have to get up at 5 a.m. every day. You can go to bed at 9 p.m. And I think if you've got family or loved ones who you live with, then that's when it becomes an issue of, can you actually do this? Is it viable for those relationships as well? Because everyone has to buy into this. And I've realised that my sleeping pattern didn't just affect me, it affected Emma's. So when we would normally do things on a night together, we could no longer do it because I was either too tired or I was going to bed. And so if she wanted to do things like watching Netflix, something we like to do together, but we could no longer do that because we were actually I was having to sacrifice that to get up early. So instead of me preaching you how she found it, I'll ask her to tell you how we found it. What I want to know, Em, is how did you find me getting up at 5 a.m. every single day?
I didn't mind you getting up at 5 a.m. because I'm a heavy sleeper, so I didn't even know you'd got up half the time. It was more the evenings when you were falling asleep to every episode of Netflix. So it sort of ruined that for a month, but I just watched it by myself.
Getting up at 5 a.m. does not make you more productive. Time management gets you more productive. If you like less distractions, more peace and quiet, then 5 a.m. is the perfect time to get up in the morning. It's a magical time, and it's actually a really peaceful time for people who want to get clarity on what they do on a day-to-day basis. So that's when you go back to all these successful people who get up at 5 a.m. When you actually look into their routines and their lifestyles as such, they've sacrificed a lot. A lot of them don't have a big social life and whatnot, because you can't expect to stay up late and then get up early. You know, this is the thing about it. It's about prioritising and sacrificing something. You know, I was sacrificing time on a night, which I usually spend with Emma, for getting up early. And, you know, and I had to work out, is this more important going forwards to do it? So obviously, back to everything, am I going to use this going forwards? I'm not going to get up at 5 a.m. every single day, but I am going to get up early, and I am going to prioritise my time. So if instead of getting up at 5 a.m, it might be 6:30, but from 6:30 till 8 will be productive time, and not just sat watching Netflix first thing in the morning or doing something which is unproductive. It's making sure that I get that enough sleep, but I can still get up early and get my day planned and get it sorted, do something productive, and that should be a healthier lifestyle moving forwards. So let me throw a question out to you, is what do you do on a morning to be productive? Or what's your daily routine? Are you unproductive? Do you have a rubbish routine? Do you have a good routine? Let me know, give me some ideas on what I can do moving forwards. I'll start the conversation down below, and I'll see you in next week's video.